Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday night. It's a very special organ music night, and yes, it's here. It's finally here after a long wait. After almost a year, actually, we finally have the new Grabowski sample set. Oh my God, it is astonishing. Yeah, you just heard it from the quietest little sounds up to full organ and then back again. You know, that kind of thing I like to do. And showing off the broad spectrum of this magnificent beast. Now, two organs in one, that's very important. We have a main organ and we have a choir organ. So Hauptorgel, Chororgel, that's the German terms. Now, don't let these German terms be misleading. Rieger is, of course, is it German, is it Austrian? It's a Germanic organ building company. They've been around for a long time. They build creme de la creme instruments. And this, oh my goodness me, this is an absolute creme de la creme instrument. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, the organ itself, we'll go into the history of it later. We've got lots of music to get through tonight. I've got a very, very French program. Now, this is why I was meaning German, Hauptorgel, Chororgel, all these German terms. They're very misleading because the organ itself is 100% French Romantic in style. And there's a very, very good historic reason for that, and we'll get into that in a moment as well. The organ was built by this wonderful company, Rieger, and it was deliberately voiced. The pipes were deliberately chosen, selected, the registrations, the disposition, whatever you want to call it. It was all very specially chosen to be a French Romantic organ in the style of Aristide, Cavaillé, Coll, all that kind of thing. And the instrument itself is absolutely wonderful. Now, I'm not going to go through a list of organ builders in this part of the world, but let's just say that, you know, Rieger is up there. Rieger is like, I would say, the Bentley of the organ builders of this part of the world, yeah? Kleis, I would say, is Mercedes-Benz, yeah? And Rieger is definitely Bentley. Who's Rolls-Royce? I don't know. But this is definitely Bentley. And I say Bentley because Bentley's got a bit of boom about it. And that's what this organ has in bucket loads. It's absolutely amazing. So what we're going to do tonight, now we've got a lot to get through tonight. We've got at least 3 birthdays today. I have some requests for one of the birthday boys. I think it's 3 birthday boys today. So unless there's a girl there who has birthdays as well, I don't know. But let's find out. Very exciting stuff. And I have an enormous program of music to get through, loaded here into the iPad. And oh my goodness me, I do keep saying oh my goodness me. There's an awful lot of music to get through tonight. If we have time, we're going to have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 French Romantic toccatas. The English plural of the word toccata is toccatas. So before the academic barnacles get going with the academia and their Latin, the official English plural for toccata is toccatas. And like I say, I have 4 ready. Whether we'll get through all 4 of them or not, I don't know yet. But we will find out. Right, we're going to have some fun, ladies and gentlemen, and I've got all sorts of music. In fact, let's turn it this way. And I've rechanged my winky blinkies because they weren't working very well. And I've come up with some other winky blinkies which do work rather nicely. Now, I've set up some rather lovely registrations, French registrations that will fit this organ absolutely perfectly. And there's all sorts of pieces we can play. Some of them fun, some of them soft, some of them yeah, here we go. We're gonna have 3 pieces by legendary madman Lefebvre Velli tonight. We're going to have 1 piece by Dubois, 1 piece by Gigoux, 1 piece by Franck. We're going to have some Vidor, we're going to have maybe some Vienne if we have time, we're going to have some Duruflé if we have time, we're going to have Bellier. Who's Bellier? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to have at least 2 from him, and yeah, all sorts of exciting things. So here we go, fun and games. This is the Bolero de Concert, which is a dancing number. So get your partners for the Bolero, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy it. Now, I think I want to get this registration. Here we go. Some fun and games from Louis James Alfred Lefebvre-Velly, who's a crazy, wonderful composer of, believe it or not, popular music from the organ from a long time ago. He lived between 1817 and 1869. Not very long. 51, 52 years old. Not much older than me. Gosh, I better be careful. But he was wonderful. He performed all this kind of music in the organ of Saint-Sulpice in Paris. And this kind of music was deliberately sort of to entertain people while they were at church. Yeah, literally entertain people while they were at church. There may have been services going on, there may have been people just sitting having a picnic in the church, and the organ would play music like that to entertain them. Yes, folks, the organ has always been an entertaining instrument. churchy or otherwise. Isn't it wonderful? Right, now, I see, ladies and gentlemen, we are honoured this evening, not only by all the Gartshore gang being here, but the actual creator himself of this amazing sample set, Mr. Piotr Grabowski, is with us in the chat this evening. Piotr, oh my goodness me, this is a fantastic instrument, and thank you so much for letting me be one of the first to present this organ to the world. Now, Piotr and I have been working in secret for the last little while, making sure that everything's perfect for today, for tonight, and it's been great fun. I found out about this a very long time ago. I know this organ personally. This is one of my favorite organs in Germany. I've played the actual organ, I hate to think how many times. Dozens of times, dozens and dozens of times. I've played concerts there, I've played services there, I've played all sorts of things there. It's a wonderful instrument, and historically speaking, there is a wonderful reason for this. Now, like I say, historically speaking, there's a reason for all of this, and that reason is very simple. This organ that we're talking about here is the sister organ of my old organ in Bonn. Now, I used to be one of the organists in St Joseph in Bonn, which was home to a very very famous French Romantic style organ put into that church back in the 80s. And historically speaking, it was the very first French Romantic style instrument to be installed in a German church post-war. Okay, historically very important, and it started this craze that we had in Western Europe with French Romantic sound, organ sound, and everybody wanted to have one of these organs. Well, the organist of St Joseph in Bonn was best friends with the organist in St Lambertus in Düsseldorf. They studied together, they were best friends. And the organist there, a guy called Heinz ter Beuken, wonderful guy, absolute beautiful guy. He loves classic cars as well, so that makes him even better. He loves classic cars, he loves wonderful organs, he loves good wine. He's a wonderful guy. Heinz ter Beuken is an absolutely wonderful guy. And Heinz ter Beuken went to the people in his church in Düsseldorf and said, I want a French Romantic organ. And they said, okay, let's get some money for a French Romantic organ. So they did. And because it's Düsseldorf, and because this church is right in the middle of the city, it's, if you know Düsseldorf at all, down by the River Rhine in the old town, the Altstadt, the very famous touristy Altstadt, this church is right there. It's famous because it has a crooked spire, yeah, it has a crooked tower, very famous for that. And you know, because it's right in the middle of Düsseldorf, Düsseldorf is one of the wealthiest cities in Germany, if not in the world. So they just gathered a hell of a lot of money and built this amazing Rieger organ for the church, which was installed in the early 90s, and it became part of the French Romantic organ concert circuit. And all the organists that came to Germany to play their French Romantic concerts normally played Sunday night in St Joseph in Bonn, and then Monday night in Düsseldorf in St Lambertus. It was absolutely wonderful. When I arrived in Bonn in the year 2000, I of course got involved in all of this, and sometimes I would take the organist who'd been there on the Sunday night, I would drive them to Düsseldorf on the Monday, and we would spend the day together in Düsseldorf, checking out the organ, getting something to eat and blah, blah, blah. And if I had time, I would then stay for the concert and take the organist wherever they had to go, if they were going to a hotel or whatever, that kind of thing. We spent a lot of time getting used to this organ. And while I was there doing all these kinds of things, they were installing the choir organ. Yes, a second organ has been added. And if you look at the picture of today, where's my picture? Here it is. There's the picture. If you look at that picture there, on the right of the picture, sort of at the back of the church, as it were, at the west end, that's the big organ, that's the main organ. And then on the left, in the top left-hand corner of that picture there, that's the choir organ. Isn't that amazing? That's beautiful. And underneath you can see the swell boxes, the swell shutters, where it says new Hauptwerk sample set, where you see that. Those are the swell shutters for the choir organ. It's a magnificently installed instrument. Now, the last time I was there and playing it, the choir organ wasn't actually 100% playable, but most of it was. It was wonderful. And of course, there's a mobile console in the front of the church where you can play everything. Now the mobile console is a 4-manual console, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4 actually, and by default, the bottom manual is the Hauptorgel, Grand Org, so the main organ, the Grand Org, so your great manual. Very French, but it's also by default the same for the choir organ. Okay, and now the second manual is by default the positif, the choir division of the main organ, and by default the réci, the swell division of the choir organ. With me so far? The third manual then is the swell organ, the swell of the main organ, which is wonderful, a very beautiful French swell. It also has the gorgeous string sounds. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. And it has a lovely oboe. And it has a rather lovely vox humana. Very French. And we will be hearing that later in a piece of music. Now, what's the fourth manual then by default? Well, if I don't know, let's turn on the choir organ. Nope, let's turn on more of the choir organ. Nothing. The fourth manual is a sort of a free division. If you want to have the choir organ as a separate organ, then you can bung it up on the fourth manual. Over here, there are 2 little stops for it. I can turn the réci, the swell, I can have it up here. And I did that at the beginning of my improvisation of the concert. I had the swell stuck up there. Now I can also have the entire organ there. I can have the Grand Org and let's have the full organ, which is amazing. That's the full choir organ. And of course it has a pedal department, which is rather exciting. And it on its own is an amazingly large organ. Pretty good, eh? That's just the choir organ. Now, because I've got the choir organ here, it means these manuals are now free for the normal full organ. Well, the normal organ, I could have anything down here. What shall we have? I don't know, let's pump up some naughty sounds here. Oh, let's have all of that. And I suppose, I'm not going to do the pedal yet. That's the big organ, choir organ. Pretty good, isn't it? And now, admittedly, I have played around with the settings of the organ a little bit, and I've separated them in space, shall we say. So here's the choir organ. If you listen on headphones, the choir organ sort of a little bit to the right. If you're sitting in the church, facing the altar, you've got the choir organ up on the right in front of you. So that's what I've done. I've put it in front of you in the right, and the big organ's behind you. And that's what I've tried to do in the sound, the audio for tonight. I hope it's coming across. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. Let's have a toccata, and let me show you what this can sound like. I've set up the registrations for a toccata here, and we start with the choir organ, and then we gradually build up to full organ. And, ladies and gentlemen, it's one of the early French Romantic toccatas. It's the, hold on, that's wrong. It's the, yeah, where is it? Why isn't it there? Oh, don't you just love technology? Why isn't it there? Right, it must be here then in that case. Where is it? Damn it. Organization is wonderful. Where the hell is it? I've no idea. I can't find the music for it. The Dubois toccata is what I'm looking for, and I can't find it. Hold on, let's bung it in here. D-U-B-O, nothing. Okay. Memory. Let's try playing the Dubois toccata from memory. Why don't I have the music? I had it earlier. That doesn't make sense. All right, here we go. Let's wing it. Let's see what happens. So we're starting with the full, well, not the full, but we're starting with the choir organ for the Dubois toccata, and then gradually building up to full all-round organ, surround organ. Kind of good. So here's the Dubois toccata, I hope, from memory. Almost. Almost. What a wonderful piece of music. Isn't that? I love that one. It's an old favorite. I did learn that many years ago. I played that at a school concert many years ago at the age of something like 17. I can't remember. How does that middle bit go? I got stuck in the middle. What happened there? Hold on. I need to do this for my sanity. There's the middle bit. So we're into oboes. We're in B major. B major. What a horrendous key. I hate B major. And this is all very nice. It's sort of a nice little, it's a chorale, isn't it? Now what the hell happens here? This is where I went wrong. Yeah, That's it. That's it. Okay, that's where I went wrong. That was wrong. And then there's this cute bit here. Oh, I missed that. There's this cute bit. Isn't that cute? The choir organ. Isn't that cute? I could repeat that all night. Let's add that. I prefer it without that. And that beautiful little oboe singing. What happens now? Isn't that cute? And then that beautiful pedal coming in. It's a beautiful piece, very grand piece of music. I love it. I love it to bits. And that gives you sort of a little taste of what the organ feels like. So we had the choir organ at the beginning. Yeah, and by the end we had the works. Where is it? There. Big sound. Now, something I would love to know, and he won't tell me, Mr. Grabowski won't tell me, but I will work it out of him one day. I have my methods. I want to know what kind of microphones Piotr uses to record these sample sets. I think it's wonderful to capture this. Gosh, I think that overdid my speakers there. My things, yes, a bit loud, but good fun. Are you going to post some content from your local church again? Yes, I am. I am. When I have some new microphones to play with. Haha. My old microphones are broken, and we are currently saving up for some new ones. If you want to help us, you know what to do. Links from the blue wrenches. Right, let's get back to our little music here. What shall we play? Let's play something from my little list here. Now, yes, I want to show off some soft music from the organ as well. It's not just loud, is it? This is a piece of music I've played several times in the past weeks, and it fits very nicely here on this organ. It's very gentle, it's very simple, it's harmonically perfect, so that can only mean one thing. It must mean Maurice Duruflé. It's the Hommage à Jean Galland again. I think I played this twice last weekend, so we're going to play it again today. However, I have a very different registration on this organ. I'm using the oboe from the choir organ. I'm using the bourdon from the choir organ, and then in the middle, I'm using sort of all the sloppy stuff to make it sound gorgeous. Anyway, see what you think. sorry, did I turn the microphone off? I do apologize. Did you hear me talking about the woofy woofy bass, the 32-foot sound? That's what I was talking about. Exciting! Exciting, 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 exciting. Anyway, there we are. Beautiful stuff indeed. Now, we have some birthdays to get through this evening, so let's start with the oldest and work our way back down again. Our wonderful friend from the United States of America, the legendary, the wonderful Mr. Ron Riley. Remember Ron Riley, everybody? If you're from anywhere near the Chicago area, or anywhere near the Washington or Baltimore area, you will know who Ron Riley is. He still is, he's still around, obviously. It's his birthday today. But Ron was the anchorman for various radio and television shows throughout the years. Ron is a very good friend of Cam Platt's, and he's been... Is the microphone still off? Is it still off? Surely not. Can't be. It must be. It should be running. Yes, it's running. Microphone's on? Yes. Oh, you can hear me. That's good. The ex-DJ. That's him. Ron Riley was a DJ. He single-handedly brought the music of the Beatles to American airwaves back at the beginning of the Beatles and their wonderful, shall we say, takeover of modern music. And yeah, absolutely amazing stuff. And Ron has been a very good friend of Cam's for years and years and years. And it's Ron's birthday today. Ron has also helped support the Gartshore gang. Ron is a fan of the Gartshore gang. And I'm not sure, is he watching tonight, Cam, or is he celebrating his birthday? He's probably celebrating his birthday, isn't he? But anyway, let's sing a very quick happy birthday to Ron. Ron Riley, happy birthday, Ron Riley. It even fits, so there you are. First of our birthday boys for tonight, Mr. Ron Riley. Ron, hope you're having a wonderful day, enjoying it. We're not going to tell you how old Ron is. He's older than me and younger than... Well, that's quite interesting, actually. That's a good one, actually. Ooh, got to think of someone younger. Okay, well, he's younger than some people, but I can't think of any at the moment. There you are. Anyway, right, there we are, some birthdays. Now, back to the French romantic music. Oh, sorry, I was going to have a look through my little list here. We have, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of generous tickets on the way past. If you are enjoying this evening's concert so far, and if you continue to enjoy it, look, there's a little message on your screen. What does it say? Get your virtual ticket here, or show your appreciation and donate now, or something along those lines. And yes, everything gets stuck back into the channel one way or another, and we are very grateful and love you all for it. Werner, thank you very much for your ticket this evening. Bill, thank you very much for your ticket this evening. Julian, thank you for your ticket. Uwe, thank you for your ticket. Now we have a few stuck together here. Who this? All right, who this? Oh, that was at 12 o'clock. That was at 12 o'clock. Does that count? It was earlier this afternoon. That was our friend Jürgen. So Jürgen, thank you very much. Jürgen came in earlier. Alexander Wunderlich. Thank you, Alexander. Who's this? Got to get the name right here. Opus. Haha. Got to get the right name. That's Opus. Thank you very much, Opus. Jerry. Jerry, you're in Florida. Jerry shouldn't be here. Why is Jerry here? Jerry, you should be enjoying a weekend off. Thank you, Jerry. Who's this? Jan. Thank you very much indeed. And Maido as well. Oh, my friend from Estonia. I love that name, Maido. Piotr G, but not Piotr Grabowski, another Piotr G. Thank you very much indeed. That seems to be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yep, that's it. That's it so far. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Very kind of you indeed. Right. One of my favorite pieces of French Romantic organ music is, where is it? There it is. Theoretically, I can play this by memory, but I'm not chancing it now. And I know I've got the music here, so that's fine. I probably will play it by memory, but I've got the music to follow along. If I can grimace to the organ and it will do that for me. Oh no, wrong registrations. It's César Franck, the godfather of French Romantic organ music, and it's my favorite piece by César Franck. It's his pièce héroïque, which is absolutely delicious. Let's see what you think. Big sound, big menacing sound. Pièce héroïque. It's like Les Misérables for French Romantic organ. One of my favorites. Still managed to cock it up in the middle, but one of my favorites down the list. I love that piece of music. There's something so energetic about it. I love it. Yeah, and the great thing about César Franck, César Franck was an incredibly erratic, eccentric, lazy composer. He composed wonderful music, perfectly wonderful music, but he just was very sort of slapdash about how he wrote it down. He came up with an idea, oh, that sounds good, oh, that'll do something. Yeah, I think I know what I did there, that'll do. We'll do something else, oh, yeah, that'll do. So you have to take what's written on the page with César Franck with a bit of a pinch of salt and sort of try to, well, did he really mean that or did he mean that? And, you know, all full chords and everything. So there's an element of interpretation in the music of César Franck, and you can add things on the way past if you so desire. And it's great because it means you can have more fun with it. I love it. That, by the way, is official. What's this? What's happening here? If I have a drink, this thing turns pages for me. Artificial intelligence. Yeah, that's me, obviously. Isn't that cute? Wonderful stuff. Right, now, something I have not yet done, and we're going to do it live. We're going to do it live, is we're going to have a look and see what kind of registrations we could have for jazzy stuff on this organ. Because you obviously have to play, you know, no organ is good for the Gartshore gang if you can't play jazzy music on it. So we have to work out some registrations. I've got my keyboard here so that I can save some registrations. Let me quickly get this down. Let's try not breaking another glass. Let's get this down here. Let's go to let's go to registration. Let's go to save as. I will type in the word jazzy. Save. Right, let's have that. We'll have some jazzy registrations. So start from scratch. What do we need for jazzy registrations, ladies and gentlemen? We need a decent bass. Let me turn that off, otherwise the battery will go. So we need some decent bass. Let's start with. Now see, that's a bit woofy. That's better. I think we might need. Yeah, I think that'll do. That's a good start. Now we're going to a couple things to that, obviously. We're going to couple things down here. That's got a nice chirpy sound to it. We can add some brightness to that, and maybe. Yeah, that's our crumb horn. We're going to get used to that. Yep, I quite like that. Now we need to add some fun and games to that. Actually, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, let's have something here. Bear with me. We need something snappy now up here. Yeah, but we need a bit more beef with that snap, so let's have. Okay, that's a good starting place. Let's save that in combination 1. Don't like that, so let's change that. That's better. Okay, so we have a solo. Perfect. That's a good start, okay? That's a good start. So perfect. That'll do. Right, now what we need to do is get rid of that and that, add that, get rid of that. Oh, actually, no, we'll keep that. But let's bung all this together. So no. Yeah, now we have all of that saved there. That's good. I like that. And then we can add some more trumpets, I think. Yep, that'll do for that one. I think we might. No, that's coming later. We might add some brightness. Ah, the brightness. Right. Oh, I like that. Yep, that's good. Nice and bright. Okay, now for adding to the brightness, I think we have to have some nice mixture. That's nice and bright. I like it. Let's have that. Now we start beefing everything up a bit. This is where things get fun. There we go. That's nice and beefy. We like beef. Beef is good. Who likes beef? Everyone like beef? We all like beef. That should be the title of a jazz song, shouldn't it? We all like beef. Let's have. Yep, that's pretty good. Did that save? Yes, it did. Okay, and now we need sort of the works. So. Yeah, that's a good one. What you mustn't do when you're playing this kind of music is absolutely overdo it. You can overdo it, and I'm going to. And I'm going to, I think we can probably add that. Oh, poo, what happened there? Did that save? Yes, it did. And then we need the absolute dog's balls for the last one, so let's have that on the last two, and that's fine. Let's take that, let's save that as my jazzies, and there we have it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some jazzy registrations. Now, why are we saving jazzy registrations? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have another birthday, and we're going to play a jazzy piece of music for this person with a jazzy birthday. The person in question is called the iPad Kid 1000. The iPad Kid is here in the chat. It's his birthday tonight. Now, I know his real name, and I know where he's from and what he does, etc., etc., but I cannot tell you for reasons of imminent death if I do. A couple of weeks ago, we played a piece of music for his great uncle, whose birthday it was, and he asked me if I would play something for his birthday tonight, and of course I would love to do that. It's a piece of music we actually came across a while ago, and I found a different version of it that looks slightly easier to play this time. It's George Gershwin. Did you notice while I was doing the warm-up there, I was playing I Got Rhythm? Did you notice that? At least the chords thereof. However, here's another piece by Mr. George Gershwin. It's rather good fun. It's called Promenade, or its other title is Walking the Dog. We had this a while back. It's rather cool. I actually found a recording of this by the WDR Rundfunkorchester, the WDR Radio Orchestra, conducted by our old friend Wayne Marshall. Remember we had an interview with Wayne a few years ago? Yeah, I wonder how Wayne's doing. Must get in touch with Wayne again and ask him how he's doing. Promenade. What a strange piece of music. It's quite cool though, isn't it? I rather like that. We'll be coming back to iPad Kid's birthday very shortly, but first of all, let's sing happy birthday to him. Happy birthday, iPad Kid. Yes, that fits. All right, let's do that. Happy birthday, iPad Kid. Back later with some Glenn Miller. Hoo-hoo. Ah, it sounds like a theatre organ. This is definitely not a theatre organ, my friend. This is a big, exciting French romantic beast. Oh, a ticket from, who this? Andrew Prince. Thank you, Andrew. And who's this? Dominic as well. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you very much. Extra wishes this evening are, we'll do it on Sunday. We'll do it on Sunday, Dominic. Dominic with some extra wishes there. Right, now, back to, actually, let's go back to the world of toccata. Toccata. I promised around 4 tonight. We're running out of time, I notice already. So, let's see what we can do with this. This is a toccata by a guy, who's, nobody really knows this guy, which I think is a terrible shame. He's a wonderful composer. I've got 2 pieces of his to play tonight, a very nice big loud toccata one and a nice soft sort of contemplative one, which I think is rather nice. And yeah, we're going to play that. So first of all, we're going to play the toccata. His name is Gaston Bellier, which sounds like something from a Disney film, if you ask me. But Gaston Bellier lived from 1863 to 1938. So, yeah, sort of around the time of Vierne and Vidor. They both died in 1937. So the sort of the predecessors to the Dupré generation, and very much the Vierne and Vidor generation. However, Mr. Bellier's music has a much sort of simpler, cleaner, more like Théodore Dubois kind of style, which I rather like. This is his toccata in D minor, written in 1912, and he wrote it to his teacher, Mr. Gigoux. We all know who he is. Anyway, this is a rather interesting piece of music, a request by our friend Alexander Wunderlich. I have played it before though, but let's see if I can play it again. I can't actually remember, I hope so. I'm using the registrations of another toccata, and let's hope it works. That's a big piece, isn't it? Sorry, I got confused with my page turns there. The technology is a wonderful thing. In the good old days, you just had pages and you could rip them around and have fun with it. Anyway, there you are. Right, someone's asking, Dr. Jman's place, what type of principle does this organ sample have? What do you mean by principle? Do you mean a principal organ stop, which sounds like this? Or do you mean how has the organ been sampled? I can tell you that. What happens is our man Piotr Grabowski goes to the church in Düsseldorf with a selection of microphones. He goes into the church, he picks a position and he points microphones at the organ right up close, further back, miles back, and samples every single pipe in the organ. So for example, he takes this stop, the principal 8 foot on the grate, he samples that. He samples that. And so on and so on and so on. And he samples the entire thing. And then he goes to the next stop and samples that, and then the next one, and the next one, and so on and so on and so on. And he goes through the entire organ, all 70 whatever stops this organ has. He goes through every single one of them, samples every single note. Then he goes home, probably has something to eat, and he loads all these things into his computer, and he denoises them. Now, this is the important part. Can you hear that? Let me make that louder. You can do this. I've got them all at 100%. Can you hear that? Yeah? And this? All those noises, those are the mechanical noises the organ makes when you're playing it. So what you do is you use filters and all sorts of things to get rid of all that noise from the actual samples themselves. So here's the trumpet. Because obviously if you left it in and you played 4 notes together, then you're going to have all that noise coming in extraneously. You don't want that. So what you do is you take it out, filter it out, make the sample sound perfect, and then you put some of that noise back in, but only once, if you know what I mean. And so on and so on and so on. And then you build this enormous sort of, it's like an Excel file of all the sort of, what goes where, what belongs to which part of the organ and where. And this is then, what's the word we're looking for? This is then processed by this piece of software called Hauptwerk. Okay, and Hauptwerk is an incredibly sophisticated piece of software. This organ sample set uses, hold on, let me tell you, this organ sample set uses, good God, it uses about 90 gigs of RAM, all right, between 80 and 90 gigs of RAM. Just, one sample set, yeah? It's taking up an enormous amount of RAM on a very, very high-end PC that I have down here on the floor beside me. Very clever, very, very sophisticated, very clever. It's the most authentic way you can sample an actual pipe organ. It's wonderful. There you are. So there you are. There you are. Good. Right. I hope that was interesting for you. Right. Shall we continue with the old music? I've got so much music. I don't think we're going to get through everything. But we have to get through the fun stuff, don't we? We have to get through the fun stuff. I'm not going to play the other one by Mr. Bellier, because it's a lovely, I'll play it on Sunday. I'm going to use this organ again on Sunday. And whatever we don't get done tonight, we will do on Sunday. However, I will play this one, because this is a lovely piece of music. Where is it? Here it is. This is a beautiful piece of music. How many pages is this on? 3. I think we'll leave it like that. This is demonstrating the beautiful vox humana of this organ. Now, it's supposed to be a human voice. It's not. It's more like a sort of goat on heat. But I'm going to add a bit of... Yeah, I'm going to add... Actually, I might add that as well. Yeah, that gives it a bit more depth, I think. Well, hold on, let's get rid of that. That reminds me of a piece of music I used to play from by what was his name? Tournemire. Anyway, that's not what we're playing tonight. We need a flute. Let's use both flute harmoniques. let's use some soft pedal, and I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll accompany that down to the pedal. That's gentle. Okay, this is a piece of music by our crazy composer, Louis Lefebvre Velli. And this is from his Religious Meditations, opus 122. And this is a rather lovely thing. It's called a choir of vox humana, voix humaine. That's the French plural for vox humanas. And so on and so on. So that's all rather lovely indeed. And this is a rather cute piece of music that hopefully, my swell pedals playing up. That's not very good. I don't like that. Yeah, that's all we need for this piece. Okay, here we go. Chœur de voix humaine. So sing along if you know the melody. Isn't that a cute little piece? It sounds easy. It's not. Okay, it's not, because what you have to do, let me tell you a little bit about this French technique. French romantic technique requires legato, extreme legato, and it means your thumb is your best friend, because your thumb slides, yeah, oops, that wasn't very good, was it? But you're sliding between the notes like this, sliding, and then substituting fingers so that you can get an absolute legato smooth line. Very difficult to do. but good fun once you learn how to do it. Anyway, there you are. There's a cute piece of music. The Andante, Chœur de voix humaine. That's rather cute, actually, isn't it? I like that. I like that kind of music. There's something sort of very refreshingly simple and cute about it. Running out of time. What are we going to play? What are we going to miss out? What are we going to miss out? How many toccatas are we going to play tonight? I wonder. I wonder. I wonder. We still need to do another birthday. Still need to do a birthday. Now, I found out that it's Gerald's birthday as well today. Good heavens. Gerald L. So everyone's got their birthday today. This is exciting. Let's quickly sing happy birthday for Gerald as well. And get that done. See if you can sing for Gerald. So many birthdays on the 10th of November. What is 10th of November? That's all. You're all Scorpios, aren't you? Is that the 10th of November? Scorpios. Got to be careful with Scorpios. If you believe all that kind of tosh. Anyway, right. Let's do some toccatas. I promised toccatas. Let's do them. I hope I can play this one. I haven't actually practiced this one, but I hope I can play it. Okay. Is Aaron Shows with us this evening? Aaron, are you here? Aaron, are you here? Aaron, are you here? Aaron, are you here? Cha-cha-cha. If Aaron Shows is here, then he will know this piece of music because his most famous video on his YouTube channel is him as a very, very young man, very young boy actually, playing this piece of music in Saint-Sulpice in Paris, in Paris. This is the Gigoux toccata, and like I say, I haven't played this for, yeah, it needs to be practiced, and I haven't. So let's see, he is here. Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to make a complete cock-up of this. So be warned. Be warned. allegedly one of the easiest toccatas to play. Not true at all. There are tricky corners in that. There's one corner that always gets me, and it's this one. It's this one. There's something about it. You've got your pedals going, but you've got... That sounds easy enough on its own, but everything together... And then that bit. That's difficult to do, so I just go. In the acoustic, nobody notices anyway. Again, legato. Here, legato, ladies and gentlemen. This part where you've got a lovely melody. So after the I'm not showing you all my mixes tonight. Look, I've got other bits and pieces here. The feet are playing the melody here. That sounds easy enough. So, and now here we have a melody. Yeah, and this melody has to be 100% legato. And how do you do that? Because your right hand is going. Yeah. There's an actual melody on there, but there's this sort of the spinning top going on the whole time as well. So you've got two different things happening here. There's lots of stretching with funny fingers here. Some people use finger 5 there and then split, but you mustn't. That must stay there. So finger 4. Anyway, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be telling you how to play organ, should I? I should be entertaining you with organ music. Anyway, there you are. That was the fun toccata by Mr. Gigoux. Now, our birthday kid, the iPad kid, asked for another piece of music this evening. A bit of the old jazzy stuff from the pen. Well, not actually the pen of Glenn Miller, because Glenn Miller just made this. Glenn Miller just had fun with this, the big Glenn Miller big band. But the piece of music is actually by someone called R.A. Eastburn. I don't know who that is, but it's rather fun nonetheless. This is a piece of music called The Little Brown Jug. my version there of the Little Brown Jug, which is a rather cute piece of music. And oh, this organ sounds really good as a big band instrument, doesn't it? Oh, I love it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. I have to, no matter how tired my paws are, I have to do it. I have to do it. I don't want to, but I have to do it. We absolutely have to do it. Why is that on that page? I don't like that. Is that going to work? Yeah, it's going to work. All right, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Yep, you've been asking for it for years, and I haven't played it for years. And I very quickly scrubbed it together for this tonight. Here, ladies and gentlemen, a non-practiced version of the legendary, the one, the only, the toccata by Charles-Marie Widor from his 5th Symphony, the toccata in F, the famous one. And like I say, I haven't really had a chance to practice it, so it's been a very busy year. No excuses, I'm just going to bash through it and we'll see what happens, okay? So, no prisoners taken. Here we go. Widor's toccata. Here we go. That's why I thought it was a theatre organ. God, definitely not a theatre organ. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying this evening's concert, I see some of you have enjoyed this evening's concert, but a lot more of you could be enjoying this evening's concert. I know it's naughty to say this kind of thing, but, ladies and gentlemen, we do love a little ticket on the way past to say thank you or to show some support for what's been going on here. And also keeping this channel going. Before we get into the videos, I must say a few thank yous today. A big thank you, of course, to Piotr Grabowski. Piotr has been so generous to me over the years with providing sample sets that I can use here during these performances. And when I heard that he was doing this one, I've been with him from the beginning on this one because it's like I say, it's an organ I know very well, and I was so excited to hear that he was going to do it, and also because it's a big French Romantic organ, yeah. Which, I mean, there are some big French Romantic organs for Hauptwerk, but this is a new one, yeah. This is a new one, and this is a good one, and this is a definite addition to anybody's library of sample sets. So actually, some people asked me earlier, is it worth buying this one? Yeah, is the simple answer. Piotr is offering a deal. You can buy a week's license for a couple of euros and test it out for yourself, and then if you want it, then you pay the full price and things like that. Is it worth it? Yes. Personally, I think it should be more expensive, but I've chatted to Piotr about that and he's happy with his pricing. I personally think it should be more expensive, but that's just my personal opinion. It's worth it, definitely worth it. If you're a Hauptwerk player and you want a big, perfect, versatile double organ, don't forget we've got the choir organ as well, a very versatile French Romantic organ, definitely get this, definitely. It's absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Cam is saying, does it have bells? I'm going to say not yet. And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, right, here we go. I promised it, so I might as well do it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want me to learn this and play it properly, buy a ticket. Buy a ticket. If we get another 10 tickets by the time I finish this piece of music, then I will learn it properly, I promise. Okay, there you are. That's a promise. 10 more tickets by the end of this, and when I say tickets, I don't mean one person buying a €1 ticket. That's cheating. 10 more tickets, and then I will learn it properly, I promise. Right, here we go. 32-foot reeds in place. Full organ, pretty much. Have we got something saved for the very end? We certainly do. Here we go. The Widor toccata. Finally. My thank you to you for 50,000 subscribers. We're currently at 50,200, which is amazing. We crossed the 200 mark tonight during the concert, which was rather amazing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the way to 100,000 genuine subscribers. I look forward to it. Here's a bit of Widor. God knows what's going to happen. Note to self, don't sight read the Vidor Toccata during a live performance. That's cheating. That's bad, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? And did anybody? Some people did. Who's this? Some people did. Who's this? Roger. Thank you, Roger. Who's this? Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Who's this? Ingo. Thank you, Ingo. Who's this? Joe. Thank you, Joe. And who's this? Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. That's 5. That wasn't quite 10. That's it. I'm not going to practice it then. I'm going to be like that. Many, many years ago, it's coming up to the 11th of the 11th. And in various parts of the world, the 11th of the 11th is... God, it's very hard work, that, especially on the right hand. It's refreshing when the left hand gets to take over. It's very refreshing. Very refreshing. What was I going to say? Oh yes, the 11th of November. Now, around the world, 11th of November is sometimes the celebration of the end of the First World War, etc., etc. But in certain parts of the world, it celebrates the start of carnival season. And in certain parts of Germany, that is the case. The carnival season starts. The carnival season is, of course, an old tradition that's basically taken the mickey out of the French occupation of West Germany back in Napoleon's time, where the Germans took the mickey out of the French. You know, they sort of marched around pretending they were the French soldiers, taking the mickey out of the French and really annoying them. And that tradition has, of course, turned into what is now carnival, and that goes on right through to carnival season, right through to, well, Shrove Tuesday, Ash Wednesday, before Lent. And many, 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 many years ago, now I cannot show you the picture because it's private, data protection, I can't show you. Many years ago, my friend, my good organ friend, Olivier Latry, organist from Notre Dame in Paris, came to Bonn, to St. Joseph in Bonn, to play a concert, the organ concert. And it just so happened he was there on the 11th of November. Haha. So he played a concert of fun music that night, and he played all sorts of fun music, and he also fulfilled one of his lifelong dreams that night. He appeared at the party after the concert wearing full Scottish regalia, the kilt, the bow tie, the jacket, the socks, the boots, everything, the full kilt regalia. My kilt regalia. Surprisingly, my kilt fit him perfectly. Fitted him better than it fitted me at the time. He looked amazing in it, and he absolutely loved it. So there are many photos of that evening of Olivier dressed up in the kilt, and everyone else dressed up in sort of carnival kind of stuff. It was a very fun night. But he played the Vidor Toccata at the end of the concert, and he started it like this. I thought that was amazing. It's like the 12th Street Rag. And I always fancied doing that for a wedding. If anyone ever asked me for the Vidor Toccata for a wedding, I was always going to go. I think that would be good fun. Don't you think? Don't you think? Ha, that would be very good fun indeed. Anyway, right. That, ladies and gentlemen, was our Friday night as organ music night, complete with 3 birthdays, complete with Glenn Miller, complete with a couple of tickets on the way past as well. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Complete with a lot of French romantic organ music. We covered pretty much everything, actually. One piece I'm going to finish off with because it's just so much fun. What registrations am I going to use for it? I think we'll use these registrations. Yeah, we'll use these registrations. And we'll get started about there and move back. Yeah, that sounds about right. That'll do. Right. So, yeah. The new sample set is out, finally. Piotr Grabowski has come out of retirement. It's been almost a year. And his new sample set is here, and it's magnificent. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of this new sample set? Do you like it? Have you enjoyed this evening's concert? Do you like the sounds? I did showcase mainly loud sounds from the organ on Sunday. Sunday night is organ music night. Sunday will be a very different affair. Sunday I will use this organ again. but I will demonstrate some of the softer, the more lovely sounds of it, as well as the loud sounds, obviously. And we will do lots of crescendo kind of stuff as well to play around with it. So Sunday night's going to be that kind of thing. So I do hope you join us for that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to close this evening with another piece by Lefebvre Velly, who was organist at Saint-Sulpice in Bon Paris. And he's very famous for his sorties, his processionals, his exit the church pieces of music. He's very famous for that. He wrote several of them. I know the ones in E flat major, B flat major, which is the one I'm about to play, and there's an amazing one in the key of G minor. I've just found the music to it, and I'm going to learn that because it's absolutely wonderful. It's got all this, lots of Neapolitan sixths, which makes it sound really rather grand and wonderful. Anyway, this is an absolutely fun piece of music, the sortie in B flat, and it's real oompa music for the church organ. This, ladies and gentlemen, would have been played at the end of a church service in a big church in Paris, and I'm willing to bet the organist did it to entertain the troops, literally. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That was Friday night is organ music night. Have a wonderful evening or late evening yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Have a good weekend until then, and we will see you then. Night night. No, I'm going to do that again. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My piece of technology here is pissing me off. It should turn pages for me when I do that, and it's not, which is really annoying. So let's try that again. Now it does. Does it turn back? It does. All right, it's working. Let's try it again. Sorry, folks. Technology.